What up, man? It's your boy. I go by many names, so we ain't gotta get into all that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Cash App Sotomayor 29. PayPal Suicide Ace 29. Alright? Share the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get to it. Alright, so we got the Fresh and Fit Tommy Sotomayor Part 2. Tommy Sotomayor is very controversial when it comes to certain topics, when it comes to the black community. And, he's allowed to have his opinion and his insight, his assessment on black men, black women, and black children, just like everybody else. This episode on Fresh and Fit, he ended up getting into it with a young lady that he actually, I'm not saying that he really knows, but some young lady that, he tried to get to know. He flew out and tried to get some grown-up sex from. They end up doing the podcast and whatnot. Also, he flew her and her friend out. Now, the episode didn't end the way he wanted it to, although I guess the way she wanted it to as well. But, it was an episode that I guess she wasn't feeling. So she brought that energy to Fresh and Fit. Okay? Now, I don't know what transpired before this incident, but I just rewatched a little clip before I came on this video. Now, I want y'all to really pay attention. See, this is what's going on right now. You got certain people saying, you got certain people who are targeting the female because they like Tommy. They believe what Tommy speaks. Or, they have that little disdain towards black women. You see that. And then on the flip side, you see people who go against Tommy because of their own reasons, because they don't like what he said about black women, or, black this, or when he gets mad, he say, hey, kill all the black people. So they have all that built up, and they like, hell no, I'm glad she hit you. So you have all of that. I'm just going to give you from both sides of the spectrum, right? So let's just look at this situation. Just look at this. You listen to her tell her side of the story. She goes on Tasha K, and, she does whatever she does. Tommy Sotomayor reviews that video and let you know where he believed that she lied about this, she lied about that, she not telling the truth about this. So you watch how they both tell their story. She goes on Kwame Brown, she tells her story. Tommy Sotomayor goes live and he tells his story multiple times on his own live stream. So you compact all of that. You get all of that information that I did. I listened to Tommy, I listened to her, and then you watch the footage. Now we're here, right? And you got everybody else from the outside putting their 2, 3, 4, 5 cents in, right? Yeah, we don't care what they say. We don't care what Kwame Brown say. We don't care what Angela Stanton say. We don't care what Tasha K say, and we don't care who's backing up Tommy. We don't care what they say, right? That's just us talking. We want to break down what they said, what Tommy and what she did, and what she said and what Tommy said. Okay, that is what matters. Not what all the outsiders saying. No, we don't care about that. Now let's talk about this. Tommy is known for using. I want you to understand this, because most women who go on a date with Tommy or look on social media and be like, oh wow, look at his numbers, he got money, he's matching. They watch Tommy for a little while before they fly their ass out there. So most of those women who fly out there to be with Tommy are Tommy fans. I want you to understand this. They are Tommy fans, which means that they know exactly how he acts If him and the black woman ends up fighting on the internet, he will use that as a talking point. He would use that to He would use that to fuel his talking points that he always used. Any woman who follows Tommy that's black or dark skinned or whatever, just black period, knows how he would turn it into if you guys have a fight on the internet. Not out of the internet. I don't know, but on the internet, he definitely will use it. Any woman who follows him and tries to date him knows this right off bat. So now that I said that, let's break this down. So Tommy I don't know what led up to this. Haven't watched the whole show. I'm talking about from the clip. If you listen to the clip, let's listen to the clip and you watch the clip. Matter of fact, we might as well just do it right here because we have to really start telling the truth. We have to really stop being so biased and connected to what individual you want. I'm connected to Tommy, so I'm connected to, I don't like him. Nah. We got to start, at some point, we just have to look at the situation and evaluate it and assess it and then, boom, talk about it. Forget all that extra stuff. All right. Now, as you see, all right, and as you see, they start bothering her first. She claims it's a setup on Tasha K's. I don't believe it's a setup, but when you look at the tape again, why did the dude not attack, but come tell her to calm down? But you didn't tell Tommy to calm down. I'm just saying. Now, I don't believe it's a setup, but you can see why they would throw that out there. Tasha K, she does what she does. Like, oh, you believe it? Yeah, I believe that. You know how people coerce people to do things. So Tasha K was doing her thing over there with Shay. But it is kind of funny that they arguing back and forth and the guy just goes right to Shay and doesn't say nothing to Tommy. That is interesting. That's very interesting. It is. I'm not saying this it's a setup. I don't believe it is, but that is interesting when you watch it back. That's interesting. He didn't say, hey, you guys in the middle. He went straight to her. And she stood up first. And then Tommy stood up. See? Now, I know people want to talk about the B word. The B word. Calling a female the B word. Now, Tommy knows exactly what he was doing when he called her a B word. He definitely should have known that Shay wasn't going to let him get away with that. See, an argument, when you're having an argument back and forth or a debate back and forth or just a conversation of agree to disagree type of conversation, after a while, if you push a certain button, it can be up from there. And you don't think that Tommy knew if he called her a B that it was going to turn up? Of course he did. Of course he did. Right? So what happened after that wasn't too shocking. It should never be too shocking when you already can see the energy is getting turned up. She stood up and let the person know, nah, he trying to violate me. Now let's take it back again. Let's listen to the audio, because you have to listen. It's easy to point fingers at Shay. It's easy to point fingers at Tommy. How about we just listen and watch, and start to see what really happened? Remember, they came to bother Shay first. So Shay felt offended. Shay couldn't believe y'all just let us continue to do what we do. Let's let us continue to go back and forth. And then, let's let us talk it out like that. I understand why Shay was like, no, we ain't doing this. You ain't finna come tell me to whatever they said. I don't know if they told her to calm down or whatever. But the guy, one of the people who run the show, actually came to the female over Tommy. That person should have talked to both of them. So I understand why Shay would go on Tasha K shit and just blurt out something. Well, I think it was a setup because this. Well, I don't believe it's a setup, but she definitely has the case. If you just look at the footage, she got a case. Like, so you gonna wait till it gets a little juicy, then come tell me I need to chill out or whatever they said. I'm with her on that one. I'm with her on that. She stood up first to let him know. Now, when you got to listen to the conversation, see? Listen to the conversation, man. Listen to it. Because they both are at fault. There's no one person innocent in this. They both are wrong. You know why? They both showed up to an area, to a event or a podcast or a gathering with animosity towards each other. Did you think about that? Two people who already had an incident before this event or gathering already had animosity toward each other. Now, Fresh and Fit didn't know that, so we can't blame them. And we have to look at this too. Everybody know Fresh and Fit is a toxic environment. Right? We heard about how black women feel, how they get treated by the Fresh and Fit niggas. We heard about Asian dog do this and that. You heard about this and that. So you starting to hear how toxic that shit is. Now, I'm not saying that Fresh and Fit can't have their outlook or perception on a particular woman as a black. They're allowed to say and feel what they want. And other people are allowed to disagree. But it's a lot of wild stuff that go on there. When you see, what's that dude named Fresh? Whatever the funny looking light skinned nigga. He is very disrespectful. When Brittany Renner was trying to talk to him on DJ Academics podcast, he doesn't want to listen to the female. He just want to be a male and talk his shit and not listen to a female. Why talk about females and not listen to them so you can get a better understanding? That doesn't make no sense, do it? Now, that's what's going on in society. You're having males talk about females and really don't want to listen to the females. And you got females who talk about males who don't want to listen to the males. And that's why you have these type of situations. Because people don't want to understand each other. They just want to blurt out whatever they want to blurt out. And it be that. Now, everybody is right in their own right when they make assessments on certain type of males and certain type of females. They're not wrong because you can put evidence, but it's not everybody. So when you have somebody that like Brittany Renner or a guy who comes out and try to defend the other side, you have to listen. And that guy, that funny looking guy from Fresh and Fit, the funny looking one, he didn't want to listen to Brittany Renner. He just wanted to label her and just leave it like that. And that is the problem. But let's get back to this. That's another topic for another day. So, when you listen to it, She is bringing up that he's mad, that Tommy is mad because he couldn't get no sex out of her. Now that pisses Tommy off. So Tommy like, what's wrong with you? Is your weave too tight? Like, are you high? You drunk? She like, nah, I ain't drunk. I ain't high. What you talking about? Then she further goes into, you just mad because I ain't want to F you on OnlyFans. And then starts to go in. So he starts getting upset. Everybody knows Tommy, man. Tommy not going to let you try to upstage him on no damn platform. He ain't going to do that. He not going to let you upstage him on no platform. You know better than that, right? So then that's how he's called her a B. But that's right after. That's right after the male came and tried to talk to her. And she stood up like, nah, I ain't gonna let him play me. Who trying to play you, bitch? Who you calling up there? Ah! And then, you know, then it all out of commotion. They both are wrong because they both stood, not only sat next to each other. Now, Tommy claims that she wanted to sit by him. I don't know who telling the truth. I don't know if it's true or not, but we're going to go off what Tommy said. Tommy said that she wanted to sit by him. Now, if she wanted to sit by a man that she already didn't like, it's obviously she wanted to what? Tell the world that he couldn't get no ass. She was trying to be petty. Now, she claims that, oh, the rest of the show is all good. That's fine and dandy. But why you want to sit next to a guy you don't like after, you know, your event didn't go so well? You claim you unfollowed them and everything. So why sit next to him? Because you wanted to be petty. Wanted to be petty. And you couldn't wait to tell the world Tommy couldn't get no ass. When you see that one, if you see some of the other footage, because I was trying to find it, and you see it, they're going back and forth. Tommy and Shay is going back and forth. She say what she say. Tommy like, well, I can do it too. No, you know, Tommy's always going to stand on what he stand on, especially as a male. As a man. So they was having a little spat back and forth before this incident. It's regular dialogue, agree to disagree, but nonetheless, you know how some people are. Depending on how long it is, if you keep disagreeing, they're going to get an attitude. Now, I know Tommy, Sotomayor, and Shay didn't want nobody. Well, no, wait. I know Tommy didn't want nobody to know that him and Shay did something because it's supposed to be, that wasn't part of the thing. That show wasn't about them having an encounter. But Shay wanted to make sure that they knew that Tommy wanted some and he couldn't get none on OnlyFans. So the fight is really Shay's fault. If Shay did not bring up the OnlyFans thing, Tommy would have never called her the B word. They just would have had a regular dialogue about the subject they was talking about. Just would have been agree to disagree, like they were before that. Just agree to disagree. But some reason Shay wanted to tell Fresh and Fit audience that Tommy wanted to get some of that on OnlyFans and he couldn't. This is Shay's fault. It's easy to see. She don't bring up the OnlyFans thing. They just have the regular dialogue they were having before that incident. This is simple. Now, is Tommy right for calling her a B? But that Tommy always going to use that word. She knew what she was getting into when she wanted to get flued out and stuff like that. She know who Tommy is. She studied him long enough. Ain't no sympathy with this. She knew exactly what she was doing and she got exactly what she wanted. Now, can we say that, She was wrong for trying to hit him, of course. He was wrong for calling her the B word, of course. That's why I say both of them are wrong. There's no innocent victim in this situation. They both knew they did not have a likeness of each other like they did before that Fresh and Fit podcast. So sitting next to each other, one of them was going to lose their control. And it just so happened to be the female lost her control first. Now, y'all can blame Tommy for all this and that and laugh and stuff like that, but that's cool. But the truth is, the female is the one who's at fault here. You don't bring up their personal business, Tommy never called you a bitch. That's it. Simple. You keep our personal stuff offline. We just do a regular back and forth on Fresh Fit, like Fresh and Fit, and then we go home. There's some clips out there. There's some clips out there where they're having a healthy back and forth. Shay and Tommy are having a healthy back and forth before this. So you have to understand that this is her fault. Tommy's not excluded from doing something wrong, but this is definitely her fault. She wanted it and she got it. That's it. Tommy will call a black woman a B in 2 seconds. We already know that. Then he would go on his own show and use it. And say, I told you these motherfucking robots B211. Not a big deal to me, because this is just, Tommy is one man. I learned not to let one or a group of people dictate how I give it up. They're just a group of people, or Tommy's just one man. I'm not gonna let one man rattle me. I had to learn how to do that. I'm gonna get mad at one man's opinion, one man's perception. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But you know, this is America, where we are taught to be programmed more than, you know, you taking control over your own thoughts. We're programmed to be controlled by other people. I don't really like that feeling. I've been through that long enough. I don't like that feeling. I like to control my own thing as much as I can. Okay? So I want y'all to know, we gonna break it down one more time. They both came to this spot knowing that they don't like each other. Now, whether they knew the other was gonna come or not, that's irrelevant, because they ended up in the same spot. Once they both knew that they both was in the same spot, it was only one or two things was going to happen. One, they both leave their personal business out of the situation and everything goes as planned, or one of them takes shots at the other one because they upset. And as you see, Shay is the one who used that time to use the ammo to take shots at Tommy. And she would have kept that to herself, none of this would have ever happened. That's it. That's my take on it. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know who you think right or wrong. If they both wrong, fresh and fit, you know, whatever. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Cash App, Sotomayor 29. PayPal, Suicide Ace 29. I'll holler at y'all, man. Next video. Love yourself more than any relationship.